Hello, my name is Dr. Koheli Bhattacharya and I am the author of Shiva Shakti. Today we will be talking about the Jyotirlings. Now the Jyotirlings are the most auspicious temples dedicated to Lord Shiva. So how many Jyotirlings are there in the world? So if we go by mythology, there are endless number of Jyotirlings in the three worlds and I will be telling you why. But on earth, there are 64 Jyotirlings, of which 12 of them are extremely auspicious. So now let's begin with the mythology of the story of how Jyotirlings were formed and what does Jyotirling mean. So Jyotirling in simple terms means a pillar of light. So the story goes like this, is that once upon a time Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu were fighting about who is the bigger god, who is the person who should be prayed to, who is the one who should be have more devotees. So between the squabble between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva came and he gave them a task. And the task was this, that I will pierce the three worlds with a pillar of light and you have to go and find the end of the pillar. So once that pillar of light pierced through the three worlds, Lord Vishnu started to ascend. Lord Vishnu started to descend in the form of Varaha, and Lord Brahma ascended the pillar in the form of a swan. And both of them, as they continued through earth and towards heaven and through earth towards the underworld, both of them continued for many, many years and were unable to find the end of the pillar. At one point, Lord Vishnu came back and said, I am unable to find the end of the pillar. But Lord Brahma came back and cheated and lied and said that I have actually found the end of the pillar. Now, Lord Shiva knew that there was no end to the pillar. It was an endless continuum, and he knew that Brahma has cheated, and because of that he was cursed, that he would not have a temple to his name, and he would not have devotees devoted to him, and Lord Vishnu was the winner of this race, so to say. But this simple story has so much nuance and so much depth, and I will be reading from the book and share with you four different meanings or four different lessons that we can learn from this story even before you step into any single Jyotirling. So it is said that if you say out aloud the 12 names of the Jyotirlings, you will be able to get moksha. It is said that if you are able to visit the 12 Jyotirlings, the 12 more auspicious Jyotirlings, you will be able to get moksha. But this is going beyond moksha. This is about understanding the meaning of life even before you step into a temple. So let's begin with the first lesson. The first lesson is God is infinite. The journey of knowing is endless. We are all on a continuous journey of discovery, whether it is understanding ourselves, unraveling the mysteries of the world, or exploring in wonder and curiosity. Instead of seeking the end of the pillar of light, let us embrace the wonder of its existence. So before you start to worry that, okay, I have gone to 2 Jyotirlings, I have to now go to 9 more, it is the wonder of its existence, that this exists and you were able to experience it in this lifetime. Now moving on to lesson 2 about the Jyotirlings. Both descending and ascending are equally important. As I said in the story, Lord Brahma ascends and Lord Vishnu descends along the pillar. So neglecting any part of this journey limits our experience of the Jyotirlings. True enlightenment comes from embracing both the depths and heights, descending into our challenges and ascending into our light, all while fulfilling our earthly duties. It is only when we descend to the depths of our grief, jealousy, anger, rage, and revenge, and then ascend into our love, light, joy, and bliss, and connect it with our everyday earthly duties, can we truly experience the piercing light of the Jyotirlings. This process is an endless continuum, perhaps spanning many lifetimes. Now, let us go on to lesson 3. Now, lesson 3 is it is okay to admit that you don't know when you've tried and failed. Just like Lord Vishnu, who let go of his ego and acknowledged his failures, we must accept that not every question has a logical answer and not every effort yields immediate results. In the words of Lord Vishnu himself in the avatar of Krishna in the Mahabharata, and he also says this in the Gita, that karam karo and phal ki asha mat karo. So do your actions, do your duties, and do not ask for the results. Do not ask for what will it yield for me. So make your efforts and let go of the attachment to the outcome. And finally, lesson 4 is honesty is key. There is no need to elaborate on this point, it speaks to itself. So, have you visited any Jyotirling, any of the 12 Jyotirlings, or any of the 64 Jyotirlings on earth? And whenever you visit the Jyotirlings, always have this connection that this pillar of light, which is here, exists within me also, and this pillar of light exists and is in continuum with all the 3 realms and is endless. And so when you are at any Jyotirling or any temple of Shiva, feel the presence going through not just this space where you are, but in all the spaces and across all the times and its infiniteness. So that is what I leave you with today. And do read more about the Jyotirlings, all the 12 Jyotirlings and mythology related to all of them is in my book Shiva Shakti. You can order it on Amazon. I will be happy to send you a signed copy of the book.